You've heard about chakras, but what are they exactly? Wheels, colors, spinning wheels? Let me explain the real structure simply. This will make every yoga practice feel different. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jeanne. I'm a yoga teacher, and today's video is about chakra. I'm going to explain everything I understood from the beginning. I hope it's going to be clear, and I hope you're going to see that under a different or new light. So to start with, I need to explain prana. Prana is a Sanskrit term. So this is in old civilization of India until nowadays, but it goes back thousands of years. They put that word for life force. Okay, so prana equals life force, life energy. As a comparison, quickly, you have qi in traditional Chinese medicine, and in Japan they call it ki, right? So it's always this idea of as long as you have this life force inside you, you're alive. It's not really the soul, it's more like the breath, with a big B, you know, it's like this energy that makes you alive. You know, it's 21 grams. There is a story like this, that when you die, you lose that much weight every time, every corpse, because and so they say this is the weight of the soul, but you can't really locate it in one place in particular. It's not in your brain, it's not in your heart, it's not in the hand, because you can cut a hand and you're still alive. So yeah, so you have this idea of prana, right? And it flows even in plants. Okay, as long as a plant is alive, is growing, there is prana in it, and it's part of the alive world. This prana in the body, human body, travels through what they call nadis, Nadis. Okay. In Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine and Japanese, they call it the meridians. Maybe you've heard of that. You have a few practices that uses that concept. It's you have in the cabinets when you go and take a session like this. You have a lot of signs and paintings sometimes of human bodies with lines traveling throughout the body, and it shows that every organ is linked to another one. For example, you also have reflexology, right? So whether it's the hand or the palm of the foot, the sole of the foot or the palm of the hand, every organ is connected to one place in the hand, right? So if you press here, I don't remember what it is, but basically the more you go up, the more it's to the head and the more it's to the feet. And here it's about the pelvic floor or the digestion. I mean, I'm very much simplifying it right now. I'm not licensed to talk about it, but basically that's the idea. If your ear is paining, maybe you should press a place in particular, or there is a famous point here to relieve stress. I mean, if that interests you, just so you know, that exists throughout different civilizations, and they all came to the same conclusion. So yes, you have life force, prana, you have nadis, it's the channels through which prana flows. So far, so good, right? So maybe you're going to tell me, okay, where are the nadis in the body? Well, we have on average 72,000 nadis in the body, a human body. So it's very difficult to tell me, for me to tell you exactly where they are. And it's not so much about the location, because of course you have the veins and the arteries and the nerves, the ligaments, the fascia, this, that, everything flows, you know, the lymphatic system. So many pipes are inside the body. So everything is alive. So yes, it's a bit all those canals, but even in between the material, even in between those physical, tangible things that we can dissect and analyze scientifically, in between, there is not void, you know? And somehow information also travels in that space. Yeah. So, Prana, Nadis, I hope it's clear. We're getting to the heart of this video because chakras are the intersections of the nadis. Okay, when you have two roads crossing, you have a crossroad. And when you have two nadis, it's fine. When you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you have up to 100 maybe crossing at one point. Well, there is so much traffic going on that you can't just say, okay, yeah, one car is passing by every minute. No, 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 it's always very, very busy. So you have this wheel of energy. Okay, wheel in Sanskrit is, we say it chakra. So that's why it comes from there. Okay, but it's more like a sphere, a bubble of energy. Or this idea of a roundabout. Okay, and they don't really spin. It's just that it's full of energy. I don't know if you've seen or if you can imagine the sun. Okay, the sun, it's a big ball of energy. Does it spin? No, but everything happens from the heart to the outside, and you have all those chemical reactions, and it makes it so alive, active, dynamic, moving, and that's why there is so much energy. Okay, when energy is blocked, when the chakra is not working, it's because there is work to be done. Well, the road is closed, first of all, so the energy is not flowing, so you feel stuck. Okay, and how to activate it? Well, you have to work on that chakra. So what can you do to repair? What does it call as what are the symbols? What is it usually related to? We'll get to it, don't worry. But yeah, chakras, now you have a better idea of what it is. What I need to explain, also very important, is as we have 72,000 nadis, we don't only have 7 chakras. No, we have way more. We have over 77. So you have intersections at every articulation already, but they are more like minor intersections. Okay, the center of your body is where most of the energy uh, flows, because this is the center. All the energy travels through the center. So that's why it's like the biggest highway you can find in the country, you know, the country being your body. So yeah, those are the 7. Let's say we have 7 main chakras, but we have way more. And so about the nadis, I can give you a couple of words. Maybe it's useless for you to learn at this stage, but at least you've heard them with me once. The central one, there is one nadi that flows from the crown to the pelvic floor, and it's called Sushumna. Yeah, I put the names here so you have the spelling. And so this is really the central one. Then you have Ida, which starts here and travels like this, but is in charge of the left side of the body. So if it's the left, it's like yin. Okay, it's linked to the moon, feminine, slow, cold, all this. Okay, and on the other side, well, it's yang in Chinese medicine, but it's Pingala in traditional yoga, Ayurveda. I'm a yoga teacher, so I'm part of this belief, and I share that because I think it's interesting to visualize your body like this. Okay, one nadi, you can I visualize it a bit like a nerve. Okay, but it's more than that. So you have the central one and two crossing like this. And every time they cross, you have a chakra, one of the 7 famous. Okay, so chakras are not floating, okay? It's not a ball of light floating inside you. It's not organs in themselves. They may be linked to organs because they're close to one, like the heart chakra, for example, but it's not only those organs, okay? And you can't analyze them scientifically or with tests like MRIs, scan, X-ray, you name it. There are symbolic models, ways to understand where you hold tension, where your posture collapses, where you feel blocked or overwhelmed, and when your emotions concentrate. So, now that I've said that, let me go through quickly the 7 chakras, the 7 men. You have the root one, which is located at the pelvic floor, basically. Men and women have a pelvic floor. It's between the anus and from where the pee lives. Okay, so it can be even the testicles for the men and the anus. For the women, it's between the vulva and the anus. Okay, so the best good way to activate it is to hold it like you're about to pee or to fart or to poop, whatever, and you hold it, and this is where your pelvic floor is. Okay, when you close it, you you activate it in the sense that you make it alive. It's like a CPR, you know, like stretch it a bit, like contract a few times, and it will for sure feel alive. Then you have sacral chakra, which is just below the navel, and it's more about creativity, pleasure, while the root is more about safety, grounding, where you're from, your origins, your roots. Yeah, sacral for women, it's also the reproductivity because it's at the level of the uterus. Um, so yeah, it's not just about be, it's about becoming also. You know, there is already a part of solar plexus. It's underneath the sternum. So the sternum is the plate here, the bone that links the thoracic cage, and just below you have the stomach here, and here you have a hole you can feel maybe, and it's solar plexus. This is linked to power and identity. It's not just where you're from and how you feel, it's how you show up also to the world. Then you have the heart, which is about love and connection. So it's how you relate, also how you express yourself to the outer world. Then you have the throat. It's about communication. It's not just about what you want to say, it's what you exactly say. When you're lying or you're stuck, you cannot say something, you have a tendency to have a sore throat, you know. This is all linked there. Something is stuck, you need to release to free that chakra. Then you have third eye. We go from the very physical and grounded world to the more spiritual. Okay, so this is really about clarity and intuition. It's really about opening yourself to something beyond the physical. So it's usually where in India, they put the bindi, you know, the little red dot when they're married, because it's the third eye. It's also the way you're looking, not just outside, but also inside. So it's also some introspection, you know. It may also say like, hey, I'm looking at you, I'm aware, but I can only change myself. So I'm aware of myself, so I can change myself in order to change the world and make it a better place. Um, then you have the crown, which is bliss, consciousness, meaning. You know, the Christ or the Buddha, the figures like this who have had this awakening on Earth. They are known because they have this aureola, uh, and this is because their crown chakra was activated, right? So I don't know if that relates to your religion, but when you see someone with something shining on top of their head, that's why the kings, you know, they want to say like, look, I have the knowledge, I have the power, I know the meaning of everything, I'm I have I know the secrets of behind the scenes. So yeah, that's a very quick overview of the 7 chakras. To each chakra, many things have been said. You can even link a stone for healing. You can link frequencies, so you can play some sounds to activate which or what. So you can listen to playlists or play gongs. Like, so many things are possible. Even planets, you know, are related to each chakra. So it's linked to astrology as well. It's very deep. Many links have been done. Um, Up to you to believe it or not. Uh, but yeah, just so you know, it's been studied for so long, and many people found yeah, connections and synchronicities with others uh, topics, other subjects of studies. Um, Maybe you should not learn all 7 chakras right now. They will come to you with experience as you work on them, as you feel them, as you, yeah, as you learn from other sources than me. Um, but why is it useful? Why do I link that with yoga? Um, oh, I have some notes I have to read. When you practice yoga with this map in mind of the 7 chakras, you start to see patterns. Difficulty breathing deeply, well, it's the diaphragm, right? So it's solar plexus. Hip tension, pelvis, root and sacral. Throat tightness, communication, throat chakra. Pressure between eyebrows, overthinking, third eye. Slouch posture, blocked heart space, heart chakra. So this chakra system gives you a language to understand your inner landscape, depending on where it hurts, where it looks. It can look stuck before you feel it. If you're not listening enough to your body, you may have to see a photo of yourself before you can identify it, because you don't even see it when you look in the mirror. It's so easy to be blinded by our own image. So yeah, maybe let's do a bit of a demo quickly together, where you're going to try to imagine those 7 points. So I'm going to guide you through them. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your pelvis. Feel the warmth. Make sure your spine is long and straight. Can you feel your navel? And just below, is there some tightness, or is it relaxed? Let's move up to the stomach, the highest point of the stomach. Is it hot, cold, tight, loose, tickling? Let's move up to the heart, as if it was centered. Think of the love you can give to the world. How does it shine? Then let's move up to the throat. Can you feel the temperature? The sensations? Is it itchy? Is it swollen? Then in between the eyebrows, is it heavy, light, open, closed? And then the crown. The very top of the head. Does it lift you up? This is what chakra awareness feels like. It's not magical. It's just about noticing. I hope you could feel something. Maybe you can place a hand also and try to feel like, you know, when you put your hand above fire and then ice and then fire, and maybe you can feel difference of temperature, but within your own body, or you can feel light, or you can see lights, colors, maybe they may come up. To each chakra, a color is affected, obviously. I'm sure you've seen some drawings like this. Shortly, I'm going to publish another video where I do a full meditation based on colors. Maybe that can help you, so stay tuned for that. Why this matters? Because with this understanding, your yoga practice becomes more embodied, more emotional, more intuitive, and more meaningful. For each posture, we activate one chakra or two. So the postures in yoga it's also a work on the chakras, okay? My personal take on that is that just opening one chakra is not going to help you, of course, because once you open one, the other ones may compensate and close a bit. So you really want to work all the chakras together in order to have the best alignment and the best balance within your body. So I'm going to make a new playlist. This is the first video of the playlist. The second is the colors. And then I'm going to do like beginners, intermediate, and advanced flows where we work each 7 chakras, main chakras. Now that you know we have more. And yeah, so the goal is to work each of them from the root to the top. You don't work from the top to the root unless you need to ground yourself more. But this is kind of rare to have people with the higher chakras open, because most people are not awake. So it's better to have strong foundations. So make sure you work first on the lower ones. And once you're comfortable with those, then you slightly go up and work the top ones. But the videos I'm going to propose are going to activate all 7 of them. This is yeah, this is going to be my gift for you. So I hope you're going to stay tuned for those. The next video, the best way to make sure you watch it is to subscribe. This is another video I think you might enjoy while waiting for the next um, video about the colors. And yeah, this is a playlist with all the topics I like to cover, and maybe you like it enough to like the video below and comment if you have any questions. All right, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next Wednesday.